Then comes the banking sector. Now banking sector is very, very, what I can say is best and very vast, as well as very good opportunities are available in banking sector nowadays. Let us begin with various courses available for banking. IBPS. Now IBPS, last couple of years have completed. This IBPS course has been brought in by the Institute of Banking Personnel Selection. IBPS, Institute of Banking Personnel Selection, conducts exams for public sector banks. Public sector banks are government-owned banks like Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, likewise, but except State Bank of India. And if you qualify either clerical or probationary officer exam, then you can apply directly to any public sector bank who has vacancies.
Why is SBI not in it?
Because SBI is having its own exams. It always treats itself specially.
Okay.
Okay. Previously, what was the case? Before IBPS, what was the case was whenever any public sector bank used to have any vacancies, they used to put up an advertisement and they used to conduct exams for that particular vacancies. But now IBPS, because of IBPS, you can just go for this exam, pass this exam, and you can apply for any particular public sector bank. You need not wait for vacancies available for any particular public sector bank. Once you have qualified IBPS, you can directly apply for job in any public sector bank except SBI. If you want to do job in State Bank of India, then you have to qualify State Bank of India exams as such. And it is an objective multiple choice questions, MCQs based objective exam. But usually there is negative marking also. Then SBI, State Bank of India has its own exams for clerical and officer levels. And if you pass that specific exam, then you can join SBI. It is again also an objective exam. So most of the time, 80 to 90, you can say 90-95% syllabus of IBPS as well as SBI is similar. No different as such. But much more, you can say a bit tough course or tough exam is of SBI as compared to IBPS. Yes. And previously, they were conducting exams once in a year, but now they are proposing to conduct 2 times in a year, because if any student fails to crack that exam in a particular year, he has to wait for 1 year. Now they are planning to bring it twice in a year.
Wow.
Then comes JAIIB. Now this is a professional exam, Junior Associate of the Indian Institute of Bankers. If you pass this exam, you become JAIIB qualified member, and it is having a different exam of 4 papers. 4 papers are there. And if you want promotion, then you can pass this exam. And usually this is a subjective exam, not an objective exam.
So the person has to already be a bank employee to do this JAIIB exam?
Yes. If any particular person has done, suppose IBPS exam and joined any bank, or he has done the SBI exam and he has enrolled for SBI. If he wants promotion, then
he has to clear
depending upon his additional qualification, and this is the second professional course or
bankers.
For bankers, especially for bankers, because it is concentrating more and more upon banking aspects as such. So if you want promotion, you can go for JIIB exams. Even if you are in cooperative banks or private sector banks also, this is very well recognized as such. And thereafter comes the highest credential in banking industry, that is CAIIB, that is Certified Associate of Indian Institute of Bankers, is professional exams which one can give after passing JIIB. JIIB, if you have qualified, then you are eligible to do CAIIB because it is the highest credential. And this is the highest credential in the banking industry, and there are 3 papers, and again it is a subjective exam, no MCQs, no objectives.
Okay, so they have to write.
Yes. These subjects include banking laws, banking financial management, treasury management.
Serious study.
To banks.
It's a serious study.
And this is also a very good option for your career if you want to do job in any particular bank as such. But a word of caution, many people shout so far as banking industry is concerned. once you join any particular bank, especially the public sector bank, you have to stay away from your family or away from your hometown or also stay away from
Yes,
your
I
state.
know. It's a
Because I have seen,
transferable job.
so
You keep
most of the
transferring.
time, if you are in Maharashtra, you would be given a job in Jammu
Yes,
or
that's true.
Kanyakumari, anywhere in India. So
The
that is
travelers.
the tough part as such. You have to constantly move from one place to another as such. Why this is so? Because public money is involved. Many people are depositing money into the bank, and that is why most of the time transfers are taking place at a regular basis in banking industry because public money is involved. That is the case. Fine. So what are the various skills and competencies which you require? See, as I have given three different stages: foundation, intermediate, and final level. So far as foundation level is concerned, you are expected to have a basic knowledge of basic concepts, a conceptual clarity of accounting principles and rules as such. Once you move from foundation level to intermediate level, you should, what is expected is whether you are able to apply those principles in real life situations. Now, once you know what accounting entry has to be passed in your foundation level, what are the principles, rules which you have to follow, are you able to apply those principles in real life situation? That is the second level of competency or skill which is expected. And final level, your ability to analyze the case and provide expert advice to your clients based upon your analysis. That is what is expected. So slowly and steadily over a period of time, depending upon your study as of knowledge as well as your experience through your articleship, you develop these competencies and skills of conceptual clarity, application of these concepts in real life situation, as well as providing guidance or advice. Because most of the time, giving advice is not there in any books. Over a period of time, you need to develop that ability. And most of the time, the CA or CS or ICWA, all these courses are having such type of questions, case study based questions, that Mr. X has done so and so thing, he is following so and so thing, advice on this particular thing. It means as if a real life situation is put forward into you, in front of you, and you have to really advise to that particular person as such.
Case studies type.
That is the case. Fine. Then core areas of different professionals, as I have mentioned earlier, if you become a chartered accountant, your core areas would be financial accounting, auditing and assurance, income tax, goods and service tax, financial management, management consulting. Likewise, if you become a company secretary, you will be taking care of corporate laws, namely company law, limited liability partnership, company secretarial compliances, intellectual property rights, IPRs like copyrights, patents, trademarks. And if you become a cost and management accountant, you will be taking care of cost accounting, management accounting, cost audit. These are the different broad-based specialized areas which you would be handling once you become a particular, once you complete that particular course as such. Now, good morning. What skills do you think you should develop? Now, you have gone through these many different courses which I have discussed. I would like to ask you, what skills do you think you should develop if you want to become any particular chartered accountant or banker or company secretary, whatever?
I think we should have good speaking skills,
Okay,
communication skills, and we should be responsible.
very good.
And we should not get angry like sometimes in front of our customers, like I have seen many shopkeepers.
Okay, fine. Highly appreciate Tanmay. But let me change this question. So far as these particular courses are concerned, what you have said is very right. Business, communication skills you should be having, but those are soft skills. We are going to come up for that. But what are the technical skills do you think you should be having to become professional chartered accountant or company secretary or CMA or CFP likewise?
We should be
Technical
good with
skills,
accounting, good with numbers, have the
doing
patience to
numbers.
have the patience to complete the course and
Absolutely.
learn properly and have interest in data.
Very good. Appreciate Ayuda. Others, what are the other skills do you think you should develop? Just like that, you won't become a professional, isn't it? You need to develop certain skills,
Sir, leadership skills.
right? Very good. So let us move ahead and see. These are the skills usually which you are expected to have. Technical skills, we are speaking. Logical reasoning. Are you able to have that logical reasoning that if this is so, then this should be so and so? Likewise, as we say, if A is equal to B, B is equal to C, then A is equal to C. That type of logical reasoning ability you should be able to develop. And I would request you, there are logical reasoning questions are also there for many entrance exams also. You can also just check on Google logical reasoning problems and solutions. Whenever you are free after your exams and all those things, only then you try to go for these logical reasoning based questions. And these are really very fantastic questions, and that will be increasing your intellectual capability in many folds, that's for sure. Then comes analytical ability. Are you able to analyze the situation as it is? What is, depending upon the facts which are given to you, whatever data is given to you, what are the facts given to you, depending upon that, are you able to analyze, break that data and convert it into an information which could be analyzed effectively and which would be presented for decision making purpose? That analytical skills or ability you need to develop. Then problem solving ability, because most of the time, even if you do job or if you do an independent practice, most of the time problems will be coming up in your company where you are doing job, or with your client. Many different types of problems would be coming up which you haven't seen in any particular book during your exams, but still you need to develop that problem solving ability. You need to be always a solution oriented person, to seek solutions depending upon what type of problem is there, and you should be able to solve that problem depending upon the facts, circumstances, your knowledge as well as experience. And once you have developed all these three, ultimately you should be able to present the particular thing in an effective manner, so that you will be able to guide the people in your company that this is what I have done and analysis, and this is the solution which have come up, and this is my presentation as such. And you will be able to give that path through which you can carry on for solving that particular problem. So these are the technical skills which you are expected to be having as a professional, finance professional as such. Fine. Then what are the career pathways? Different career pathways. Once, suppose if you do join any particular company, you would be, after your graduation or post-graduation, you would be joining as a management trainee. Okay. Or as an accountant, if you have done your accountancy course as such. And gradually over a period of time, as you are giving your best of your services to the company, you would be promoted to officer level, manager level, vice president, CFO, and ultimately you can become a director of the company as well, depending upon your qualifications as well as experience and contribution to your company's growth. Stage by stage you can go. During the management trainee phase, you are just trying to adapt what is the company's culture, how the company is working, what are the various processes in different types of departments. You at least 1 to 2 years it goes in knowing all the different processes in different departments as such. If you become an accountant, you are taking care of all the, you are coordinating with all the departments. It might be purchase department, sales department, production department, because every department is having its specific requirements of money, and accountant is the primary source of giving funds, as well as saying that these much funds are available for these so and so department as such, which are being allocated. Thereafter you become an officer of particular department. Usually we are saying finance department, branch manager or manager of that particular department, and vice president, CFA also you can become. And ultimately you can become a director of the company stage by stage over a period of time. Now, usually this is going to happen over a period of 20 to 30 odd years of career as such, not immediately overnight. It takes a lot of time and efforts to go and become a director. Most of the people who are have become director are usually 50 plus in age. So they have completed at least 25 to 30 years of service in that particular company, and they have not only provided service, but also they have qualified many professional and others post qualification certification courses, which gives them an added advantage for becoming that particular eligible member for that particular post as such.
It's a continuous learning.
Sorry?
It is continuous learning process.
Absolutely. Now, coming to alternatives to doing corporate job. If suppose you are not interested in doing job in company, in private sector, you can set up your own practice, you can set up your own office, and you can start consulting services as such. Just like doctor, you can start your own practice, or as Ayurveda has mentioned, you can also start your own business as such. Because once you are well versed with what is the domain area, you can certainly start your own business because you know the in and outs of business activities as such. And apart from that, many people are not taking care of this particular opportunity, that is government service. Many people are not interested in government service, but because it is very difficult to get a government job as such. However, I would like to tell you, if you have done CA course or CS or CWA course as such, there are vacancies, especially for professionals like CA, CS, ICWA. Directly you can get an entry in a particular government department as such. So it is not necessary that you have to qualify UPSC exam and then only you are going to get government job. If you have done these professional courses, you can get directly officer level post in government department also. So this is also a very good window available for you. You can certainly think about it. Fine. Then comes industry insights. What are the current?
Yes, Sudarshan, is there any age limitation to do CA?
So far as CA course is concerned, there is no age limit, because when I was doing my CA final exam, when I had appeared my CA final exam, one of the person who was sitting next to me, who was also appearing, he was a tax consultant. He had passed CA final one group, but another group was remaining and his age was 55 age.
Wow. Okay.
And that was the case. So there is no age limit so far as CA course or CS or there is no minimum or maximum cap. You can do your course at any given stage of your life, no problem.
And once a person starts CA, how many years does he have to complete it? Is there a minimum stipulated time?
No, not there is no minimum time as such. However, usually they say 5 attempts are required to do a particular level, say foundation or intermediate or final. If you don't qualify in that particular level, again you have to re-register for that.
Okay.
And you can again carry on, no problem. And that is why it is popularly, many people in a funny way, they say, what is the long form of CA? On a lighter note, they say, come again. After 6 months, again, come again.
Okay.
Reappear for the exams. That is the case. Fine. So industry sites, current trends in finance industry, as Ayurveda had asked me how I can become a data scientist. See, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and blockchain technology, these are the current trends which are going on in every industry, and especially in finance industry. They are disrupting whatever usual processes are being done in finance industry. They have disrupted so many ways that most of the jobs are getting down. But do you think artificial intelligence would certainly, affect your job ability or getting jobs as such? Do you think as such it would be replacing human beings? Anybody? Do you think artificial intelligence will replace human beings altogether?
Tanmay, what do you think?
I think maybe in some sectors.
Okay. For instance, I will share with you my personal experience. Nowadays, the income tax department, it issues notice. System-based notice are generated based upon artificial intelligence. Not the individual is sending the notice as such. So it is, to that extent, it has been using, the department is also using artificial intelligence. But once the notice comes to the client is going to come to you only as a professional towards you. But sir, I have received a notice from the department. System doesn't have any knowledge. It is going to just check the parameters, whether the income tax return is filed within that parameters. If it is yes, you would be able to give. Otherwise, you would be getting a notice for sure. Nonetheless, even if there are current trends of artificial intelligence, there is no replacement for professionals as such. It is never going to be a replacement. At the most, what you can have is a little bit of added advantage of studying these things so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, or machine learning or blockchain technology, because this is going to be the future of any industry, and especially finance industry. Because just today, as of now, just becoming a chartered accountant or company secretary is not sufficient. Your technical knowledge, especially this artificial intelligence and all these things, are going to be part and parcel of your curriculum as such. And that is why even the CA Institute is also bringing up these type of subjects into the curriculum as such, so that once you become a qualified chartered accountant, you are well versed with handling this artificial intelligence and softwares, different types of softwares as such. You should not be lacking behind as such. So because of these trends, all the processes are moving just towards automation. Most of the things are becoming automated, wherein previously people used to do those processes, but now machines are doing these processes. Nonetheless, the number of people are reducing and machines are taking over the human beings. But if you are constantly upgrading your knowledge by qualifying and doing many courses which are latest and going to be helpful for you in future, then you would be updated and you would always be in demand, irrespective of any new machine coming.
Technology is true.
That's for sure. Fine. So again, what other skills do you need to develop? Now we have seen technical skills, like just now as we have seen, logical reasoning, analytical ability, problem solving ability, presentation techniques. These were the technical skills which you are expected to have, right? Now, what are the other skills? Now, I guess Tanmay had said regarding communication skills, right? One of the other skills are communication skills. Yes, Ayurda?
Soft skills, people skills, management
Absolutely.
skills,
Absolutely.
communication
Absolutely.
skills.
Absolutely right. Any other skills?
Saindeep.
Whether you do job or independent practice as a consultant, you need to develop other skills, isn't it? Yes, no? Good morning. Is everybody here?
Yes, Saindeep.
Yes, please ask.
Like problem management skill.
Okay, very good. Fine. So importance of soft skills, you cannot, ignore. You need to develop following soft skills, irrespective of whether you join any company or start your own practice or do your own business. Even if you do your own business, you need to have well-versed knowledge of soft skills. Fundamentals are basic etiquettes and manners you need to follow, irrespective of whether you are doing a job or independent practice or also your own business. Are you able to connect with people? You need to start connecting with people. Whenever you are doing attending any particular course wherein new people have joined in, you don't know, those people are stranger to you. On your own, are you able to take the initiative and connect with those people? Hello, my name is so and so. What is your name? What do you do? Likewise, are you able to connect? First and foremost thing, you need to start connecting with people. Second, once you connect regularly, you need to communicate through calls, through messages, through mails. Continuously build that relationship through constant communication. Once you start communicating, people will come close to you. And if they have any problems which they think that you can solve, you can offer yourself that I can solve your problem. This is what then another stage is of cooperation. You need to cooperate by doing something good or rendering any particular service which you feel that you can give them. Cooperation is very important. Mutual cooperation is very important. Only unless and until you cooperate to others, then only they are going to cooperate with you. Otherwise, no one is going to cooperate with you. Forget about others or outside people. You just think about your family members as such, isn't it? If your siblings or your parents, if you don't listen to your parents, what they are going to say, sometimes your mother or father might be saying, okay, if you are not going to listen to me, I am also not going to listen to you. That cooperation, mutual cooperation is very important. Then coordination. Suppose if you are given a particular project and you are doing that particular project as a team, as a group, how do you coordinate with each other? By dividing that particular task. Okay, first stage you do, second B will do, third work will be done by C. Likewise, are you able to coordinate with each other in a very good, effective manner? Coordination is also very important. Yes, Saidi?
So sir, we like have to build listening skills in so that's why we can communicate better with others, and also we have a stability of our mindset. So that's why what we are doing, we have a confidence in them, and we have much group decision making. So that's why
Absolutely.
everyone is comfortable with their work.
Exactly. And communication is, very important. As rightly mentioned, Saidi. See, communication is not just speaking. Most of the time, communication is patiently listening. Most of the time, communication is patiently listening. Most of the time, we are listening just to wait for the other person to stop, and when he or she stops, immediately I will reply. We are not focusing upon what that person is trying to speak, what is his or her perspective, his viewpoint, and what he or she is trying to put up. So communication is of utmost importance. And once you coordinate, only then you would be able to collaborate. Collaboration comes only after connection, communication, cooperation, and coordination. Only then you would be able to collaborate. Okay. Just like that, on professional basis, you cannot collaborate as such. Then adaptability. Adaptability.
Very important.
Usually we say in Hindi, गिरगिट की तरह रंग बदलता है. लेकिन गिरगिट के पास से हम क्या सीख सकते हैं? What we can learn? He adapts himself. In any particular zone he goes, he takes the shape or form or color of that particular thing on which it is sitting. So what do I mean by this is, any situation or change situation or circumstance, any problem based situation comes, you should be able to adapt yourself and accordingly respond to that particular situation. Only then you will be able to come out of that situation quickly. Okay. Then, are you a good team player? Leadership. Unless and until you are a good team player, you cannot become leader. Because team player, are you able to have fun, enjoy the work doing together with your other colleagues? If you are a good team player, for being team player also, again, you need to cooperate with other colleagues. Are you a good team player? Are you supplying that particular services? Very important. And then you need to develop leadership qualities as well as managerial qualities. Now, leadership qualities, what do you mean by leadership as such? Any idea? See, so far as leadership is, yes.
Leadership is like a leader should have he always have a supportive hand on his team. Like there's a difference between a boss and a leader. The boss just gives the order and the person under him do the work, but the leader comes together with his teammates and do it together. And the main work of the leader, I think, is to motivate his teammates.
Absolutely. Very well said, Saidip. Yes, Ayurda.
A leader leads by example and does it first and takes responsibility for the actions of his team and everyone.
Correct. See, leader is responsible for effectiveness. Now, what do you mean by effectiveness? There is a difference between leadership and management abilities. If you want, you can note it down. Okay. Management is efficiency related. How things should be done in an efficient manner at a cost effective way. Management is concerned with how things should be done, and leadership is concerned about what should be done. Okay, leadership is concerned about what should be done, means doing the right things. Leadership speaks about doing the right things. Management speaks about doing things rightly. That is the difference between leadership and management as such. And that is why first you need to become a manager by doing things rightly, and only then you would be able to develop yourself at a leadership position by knowing the things which are to be done, right things which need to be done as such. Fine. So these are the prime soft skills which you ought to have. Then networking and professional development. Just qualifying professional exams is not sufficient. In order to grow in your career, you need to follow these things all throughout your career. Studying is never-ending process. To be honest, let me tell you, I have done my CA course. I have qualified my CA course in 2007. In 2007, I have qualified. Maybe some of you might have not born at that point of time, probably if you are less than 16 years of age. And after that, I have done many post-qualification courses of our CA Institute, which are available for only CA members. Just becoming CA is not sufficient. Depending upon the current trend, most of the professional institutes are coming up with specialized certification courses. It might be concurrent audit, it might be information systems audit, it might be also wealth management and financial planning, or startups, also MSMEs. Many different courses are also coming. You need to constantly upgrade. And most of the time, whenever I share that I have qualified, and Manjuji becomes very happy to know that, okay, this person has done also this particular course also. I do remember. Fine.
How much you're studying.
Every now and then I'm doing a particular certification course. It is never-ending process. So that is what I would like to tell you. And then attending conferences for networking. Whenever you become a professional, regularly you need to attend different types of conferences at different cities, online as well as offline, no problem. Because by attending those conferences, you come and meet other professionals. You come to know other professionals' perspectives. Also, that will be helpful for you to network, and maybe both of you can come together and have a particular opportunity which is available, and you can explore that opportunity. Enrolling for post-qualification certification courses. N number of post-qualification certification courses are available once you become CA, CS, ICWA, and you can enroll depending upon your preferences and current trends as such. And you need to create opportunities through value-added services which you become competent after qualifying certification courses. See, always try to create opportunities rather than looking for opportunities. Create your own opportunities through value-added services. What do I mean by that? Suppose a chartered accountant is there. Normally, a normal chartered accountant is rendering services of financial accounting, auditing and assurance, and income tax and GST services. If you are a businessman, if I say that I will take care of your accounts, audit, income tax, GST, you will say certainly that other CAs are also there. What new you are giving to me? Then if I say that I will help you in managing your own business finance as well as personal finance, apart from this particular regular services, which most of the CAs are not giving, and I have done this particular certification course, and I'm going to give this value-added service, then you will say that, yes, this person is giving me something value-added, and then you will be approaching towards me. And this is how you create your own opportunities, through value-added services. So networking and professional development is never-ending story. You need to constantly upgrade yourself and join many people together, and then only you can grow together as such. So what are the various certifications and exams? As I have mentioned, at intermediate level, all the exams, CA intermediate, at regular intermediate level, all the exams are blend of objective and subjective questions. Filling the blanks, match the followings are also there at intermediate level at your 11th and 12th standard. And main subjects in case of 11th and 12th standard is accounting, secretarial practice, banking, economics, organization of commerce, mathematics, and languages, English as well as Hindi. 2 languages are usually there. Thereafter, coming to BCom, if you are going to go for BCom, all the exams are blend of, again, objective and subjective questions. Main subjects are accounting, management, banking, economics, marketing, mathematics, likewise. And if you are going for BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration, again, the exams are blend of objective, 10 to 20 marks of objective exams are there, and rest 80% mark is subjective questions. And main subjects here are also again accounting, economics, specialization is management, operations, marketing, soft skills subjects are also there, and mathematics and languages are also there. So moving ahead for post-graduation course, MCOM and MBA. So far as MCOM is concerned, all the exams are a blend of objective and again subjective, 10 to 20% of objective MCQ based questions and 80% marks for of subjective questions. Only 4 subjects are there. Out of 4 subjects, 2 specialized subjects in which you are specializing, maybe financial accounting or taxation or costing or financial management, likewise, and 2 compulsory subjects are there, economics and other subjects. In case of MBA, all the exams are again a blend of objective and subjective questions. Usually there are 6 subjects and 2 specialization subjects you can choose. As I mentioned earlier, either you can choose for financial accounting or management accounting or financial management, marketing, operations, likewise. So far as CA course is concerned, foundation, as I have earlier told, 4 subjects are there. Previously, entire exam was subjective based, but nowadays, recently, the institute has changed the trend. It has started off including some objective based questions also and some subjective based questions. And 4 subjects are there for foundation level: financial accounting, economics, business mathematics, and business English or communication. Then comes CA intermediate level, 8 subjects: accounting, auditing, business and corporate laws, costing, financial management, economics, advanced accounting, information technology, income tax. Here, your core subjects start once you enroll for CA intermediate level. All the core subjects start as such. At final, again, there are 8 subjects: financial reporting, advanced accounting, auditing and professional ethics, corporate laws, costing, strategic financial management, direct taxes, indirect taxes, information control systems and analysis. These are again specialized subjects as such. Again, in this information control systems and analysis, of late they have included artificial intelligence portion as well as machine learning and blockchain technology also, which are relevant for CA curriculum. At our times, when I was doing my CA final level, management information and control system subject was there, and artificial intelligence was just emerging trend 15-16 years back, and we used to have only a short note on artificial intelligence, but now a separate portion is been included so far as artificial intelligence is concerned, because now it is currently very much trending as such. So let us move ahead. Let me ask you, who is your role model? Yes, good morning. Everybody is here.
Good morning.
I have to give a wake-up call, isn't it? Sunday morning, early morning. Yes, please.
Ayurda,
Who is your role model?
Elon Musk and Adani.
Who is your role model? Adani.
And Elon Musk.
Elon Musk and Adani. Okay, very good.
Tanmay,
My role model are my parents.
Very good. Appreciate it.
Saideep,
You don't believe I want to give the answer that Tanmay gave, my parents. Seriously, it's not so, but yes, he took my
Good.
answer.
Gatik,
I didn't get you. Like parents, like your parents you want to become. I mean,
no, his
Yes,
role
yes.
model are his parents.
okay. His role models are his parents. Okay. Appreciate it.
Gatik,
Sir, my role models are my parents and Jai Shankar.
Jai Shankar. Okay. S. Jai Shankar is the foreign minister of India. Do you mean to say that?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Okay. Why I have asked you, who are your role model? Let me give some examples considering our finance background. Okay. Who is this person? Kumar Mangalam Birla,
Birla.
who is the owner of Aditya Birla Group. And very few people know that he is a chartered accountant. Very few people know. And what he has quoted, you just check. What he has quoted, I never wanted to become a CA. My father was keen that I will become one because he thought that was the right thing for me to do. I didn't have the courage to tell him that I don't want to do it. But now I can't thank him more. I can't thank him more for having put me through it. He was reluctant to become a chartered accountant to do CA course. His father was urging you should do CA course because that would be very helpful for you to take control of all this
Business.
empire. He was reluctant.
You would have understood.
But he was reluctant and he was not having that courage to say no to his father, and that's why he has done. And thereafter completion, he is very grateful to his father that thanks for suggesting me to doing this course as such. Now he is able to handle this big business empire, which is having multinational companies which are spread all over the globe as such. Right? Another role model, Piyush Goyal, who is the commerce minister presently. Commerce minister. He is also a chartered accountant. What is his quote is, I am a law topper. He has done his LLB also, law topper.
He is second rank.
All over India. A professional chartered accountant and investment banker, and therefore he says that I am competent to give consultancy. Even if he is in public domain, even if he is in the government area, still, as he always, these people, they say that my chartered accountancy course has helped me to render better services as a minister also. Even if this, that is what your knowledge, your skills, your qualification will always be backing you all throughout your life, irrespective of whether you do job or go into public service or practice, as the case may be. Many chartered accountants are entrepreneurs who are taking care of their own business. They are not doing job or they are not doing their own independent practice, but they are taking care of all their accounts relating activities, auditing, income tax related compliances on their own because they know how to do it. And that's why they are able to better do their own business. There is very famous quote by Ratan Tata. Okay, I would like to share it with you. If you, what he says is, if I want to efficiently do my business, I will appoint MBAs. But if I want to effectively take control of my business, I want chartered accountants. That is what the importance is as such, which Ratan Tata has also mentioned. So these were two success stories as such, which you can see as role models who have completed their CA curriculum. And one is in entrepreneurship, another is in government. Government. So, wake up call once again. Good morning. How do you prepare for your exams? Now you are preparing your 9th standard, 10th standard, 11th standard, whatever exams. How do you prepare for your exams? Can you just brief me up?
Actually, I don't have particular plan for preparation for my exams, but I have I came to know that there are some steps which we need to follow during our exams, like whatever your weak subject is, focus more on it, and you can check your previous paper, and in that paper you are not getting well marks. You have to check your mistake, that where are you making your mistakes, revise it. The main thing in exam preparation is you have to do like do revisions. Whatever you are learning from the whatever you're learning, you have to revise it and write it in the copy. So just by watching the lectures, you were not able to learn it. You have to write it somewhere else. So that's why. And also one thing, you have to make a concluding line. For example, you have a maths paper and you have to write on the one page all the formulas. So that's why when you just see that page, so it will help you more in the exams, like short term, and it'll help you in long.
Absolutely. Very well said, Saideb. Highly appreciated. Yes, Ayurda, you have raised your hands, please.
So for my exams, I revise first of all, and then I make mind maps of what I remember.
Okay.
And then if I don't still get the topic, then I try teaching someone else.
Oh, very good.
And in the end, just for getting myself better at studying, I look for more efficient study methods. That's all I
Very
do.
good. Very good. Very good. Appreciate Ayurda. Yes, Tanmay, you have raised your hands.
Like I study by understanding the concepts and
Okay.
by just not learning the concepts and by practicing.
Highly appreciate. Now, shall I give you a golden thing? What I can say, a golden process to prepare for any exam. It might be any exam, professional exam or a regular exam. Would you appreciate it? Yes.
sir. Definitely.
So
Yes.
open up your notepad or notebook or paper and open
Sir,
up your
ready.
pen. Be ready with it. Shall I share it with you?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. Fine. Here is it. How to prepare for professional exam or that matter, any exam. Golden path. Now this I would like to mention, especially this particular process or path you will never find in any of the books in the world. Over a period of my experience, I have prepared this path. Okay. And this golden path to prepare for exams for 100% success in exams. How does it happen? See, all of you go for school or colleges and attend the lectures or periods, isn't it? Yes, no?
Yes.
Classroom study is there,
Yes.
is it? So in classroom study, if you concentrate and pay attention, 50% of your exams based study is preparation is done in your classroom. 50%. Why again 50%? Why not 100%? Let us speak about only average students. Let us not speak about people who are outliers, who are very clever. Once they appear and attend the class, they can directly write the exams. We are not thinking about super clever people. Okay. Has any time happened that you have attended the class and directly you can appear in the exam? No, isn't it? 50% of study is done in classroom, wherein if you pay attention, you try to understand the concept and clear yourself. That conceptual clarity is done in the classroom study. And if you are having any doubt in understanding the concept, you can ask your teacher or sir for that clarification and understand that particular concept in a holistic manner, right? Yes, no?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes. So 50% is done in classroom. Second, first time self-study. That is your homework. Once you come out of your class and go to your back to your home, first time you do on your own, isn't it? It might be
Yes.
solving a problem or reading a particular question's answer, as the case may be. That is having a weightage of 10%. First time. And how you should do it, let me tell you, especially for professional exams where the practical problems and solutions are very big, almost 1 or 2 pages solutions are there. And most of the time, looking at the solution, you are unable to understand what is the solution as such. Okay. Simply see the problem, see the question, read the answer, read the solution, and just looking at the solution, you just write it down, concentrating bit by bit upon the solution as such. Don't apply your mind, just write it down and just concentrate upon how things have been processed in that solution as such. First time, look at the question, look at the solution and write it down as it is looking at the solution. Second time, study, self-study, again second time, 10% weightage. Now second time, this is not the first time which you are going to practice on your own, right? What you are going to do, second time self-study, look at the question or problem, look at the solution and close the book and try to solve that problem on your own. I'm sure you would be able to find out 100% solution, but at least 40-50% you would be able to solve on your own, isn't it? Yes, no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. So second time, if you are doing, okay, at least 50%, 40 to 50%, if not 100%, you will be able to solve on your own, right? Then comes third time self-study. Now, the third time self-study, this is not your first time. You have attended the class, you have done your classroom study, you have done first time self-study by looking at the problem and solution, and you have written, practiced. Then you have done second time self-study, you have looked at the problem, look at the solution, close the book and try to write 50%, 40, 50% you are able to understand. Now, third time once you do, you just look at the problem and immediately you would be able to write the solution. Yes, to that extent, your confidence has developed. You know which question has to be solved first, what part has to be begin with, and then how you need to proceed with the solution of the problem as such. And that is why you require 3 times of self-study, not first or second, especially for professional exams. Okay. And that is why 10% comes. Then comes solving past exam question papers, 10%. Suppose 1 month is left for your exams. Last 1 month, every day, one paper of different subject you need to solve in exam, assuming that exam situation is there. Suppose your exam is from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then write that particular day, select that 3 hours of your exam period time and switch off your mobile or keep your mobile phones off and just concentrate for 3 hours taking up one past exam paper as such. Last 1 month, always every day one paper, and especially at exam time, it might be 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. or 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. whatever your exam timings are there, you should be trying to write in mock exam conditions at that time. Why? Your mind will also be adapting itself and preparing itself for that particular 3 hours at that time. That is the effect. And you would be able to understand how to appear in that exam based upon that past exam question, what type of paper it comes, and how you need to take care of. Because during your classroom study, or first time, second time, and third time study, what happens is you are individually solving problems and solutions of one particular lesson or chapter. But in case of past exam questions, different chapter based questions are compiled in one particular paper. Are you able to solve within that particular time? Judge your speed. You need to constantly develop your speed, because most of the time we fall short of speed, and even though we know the answers, but because our speed is not to that extent, we are unable to complete our paper as such. That should not be the case. Then nonetheless, last one is conduct during the exams. Always remember, you need to appear in the exam and you need to carry on yourself until the last second of that exam. Last second, you need to continuously write it down, whatever you can put up into particular exam paper as such. Because just studying and practicing is not going to be sufficient unless and until you are thriving yourself during that particular 3 hours. Very important. And based upon this, you would be able to have 100% success. So this is the golden path. I would like to share it to you. I hope you will appreciate it. And if you follow this, 100% success would be there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
And I'm quite sure this is new for you.
Yeah, sir.
And this would be very helpful for you all throughout your career. You prepare for any professional exams, you just do these things. This would be more than sufficient as such. Now, let me share with you my personal experience and thoughts for preparing for exams, especially my personal experience for preparing chartered accountancy course. This also you can note it down. Always classify the subjects into A, B, C categories. You can note it down. Classify the subjects into A, B, C categories, 3 categories. Now, what do you mean by this A, B, C categories? Okay. A category subjects are such like you are very well or having very good command over those subjects. Let us divide, say 6 subjects are there. Okay. 2 subjects you can select that you are very well versed with that particular 2 subjects. Those subjects are very easy for you. Categorize them as A category because that is very easy for you. So you need not give more time for these 2 subjects because you are already having command over these 2 subjects. Then category B category comes. Now, B category is average, not very easy, not very tough. These are B category. So far as A category subjects are concerned, you don't have to give more time because already you are having very good command over those subjects. Then you need to shift B category. Now B category are average, not very easy, not very difficult. So more or less average time you can deliver for these particular subjects, 2 subjects. Rest 2 subjects, C category. C category means not interesting as well as very difficult or tough to prepare. C categories. Now C category subjects always you need to complete your study every day before your breakfast. Note it down. The tough subjects you should be doing before your breakfast so that you are ready for easy subjects and average subjects for rest of your day. That helps you to decrease your stress of your study. So classify the subjects into easy, very easy and little easy. Based upon these categories, create your schedule. As I have mentioned, before breakfast, C categories, very tough subjects, do complete before breakfast. And after breakfast, up to lunch, you go with B categories. And once you are dead exhausted, you can just glance through A categories, which are easy for you. Okay. Then attending the classes is very important because most of the time you are unable to learn on your own. You need to have that guidance from tutorship. So attend the class, do your self-study as mentioned in previous slide, first time, second time, third time, you have to pass through those categories. Then solving past exam questions I used to do and carrying myself until the last second of the exam. Let me share with you my experience, and I have put it at note. And that is unbelievable. Many people won't believe it. 2 days after my exams were over, my CA final exams were over, I was still studying. Can you believe? After my exams were over, 2 days, I was constantly studying. My parents and my brother said, "Are you gone mad? Your exams are over. Why are you studying?" I said, for last 3.5 months, I'm not doing anything else but just studying and studying. I've gone into that zone of studies. I cannot think anything other than studies. To that extent, I was engrossed in that particular zone of study.
Janoon.
So 2 days constantly I was just studying because every day my schedule was packed. Let me tell you, I used to wake up 3:30 a.m. in the morning. Up to breakfast, I used to do 2 subjects, which was tough for me. After breakfast, up to lunch, I used to take 2 more subjects. After lunch, up to evening, 2 more subjects. And evening 6 to 10 o'clock, 10:30, I used to study. And 10:30, I used to sleep. And again, wake up at 3:30 a.m. That was my constant schedule, all for 3.5 months. I was eating, sleeping, and studying. No other fourth activity. Only these 3 things. My mother used to scold me 3 times. 2 times I have cooked and kept the meals, and again it has become cold. Again I have to cook it. I used to say, yes, I'm coming. Let me just finish it. I was totally involved in that. So that type of commitment is required. Now, why I had to do this? Because I have been an average student all throughout my life. That is why I had to give that much amount of hard work I had to put in. I had not been very clever like you people. Yes, please, Saidi.
Sir, I want to ask you the same question that what is your motivation like you were studying for your exams? Like it's your professional that you are motivated with or what? Please share.
Highly appreciate Saidi, but highly appreciate it. See, again, there is a very good story. One of my father's friend, had come to visit at our home, and they were discussing about the trends which are going on in industry. And I was in 9th standard. I was in 9th standard at that point of time, 1995, I do remember. And they said that, chartered accountancy course is very trending and it is having a very bright future, but it is very difficult course as such. And I was just listening, and that I kept in my mind, and I just decided that I am going to become a chartered accountant. And after my 10th standard, I enrolled for a commerce side. Many of my cousins and everything, many of my cousins, almost of them, almost everyone was in a technical background, science. They had enrolled for science and they were going for engineering course. And many of my relatives started scolding me that where this fellow is going, why he is taking commerce. You should join in science and you should become an engineer. I said, I don't want to become a chartered accountant. They said, what? Chartered accountant? Do you think it is that easy?
Clear it? Yeah, do you think you can clear
not
it?
that easy. It is very difficult as such. And I said, I have decided to become a chartered accountant, and I only know that I have to take commerce side, and I am going for commerce side. That's all. And it is very difficult. You will lose your years, many years. I said, I will just simply tell, या तो CA रहेगा या फिर मैं रहूंगा. Now I am still alive and I have become a chartered accountant. The basic motivation was only thing is the trend and a very good scope for that course, and it is very difficult course. I came to know that it is very difficult.
One of the most difficult ones. Most difficult ones.
I said, let me give it a try and let me do it. And hook or by crook, anyways, I'm going to do it. And in 2007, I qualified. Thank you, Saidip. And then of my latest experience, personal experience for preparing for Indian Institute of Management, I am Jammu PhD entrance exam and giving personal interview. I noted down the scope of exams. What are the particular questions? What type of questions are being asked? And noted how many days are remaining for preparation. Only 15 days I have prepared for this exam, but 15 days totally apart from, prepared my time schedule for study without affecting my office hours and personal work. I have done my office hours. I have taken care of my personal work like purchasing of vegetables, going with my mother, buying grocery, everything. But at early morning, 7 a.m., I used to be in my office for studying, for preparing for IIM entrance exam. And it was a multiple choice questions based question paper with negative marking. 25% negative marking was there for wrong answers. So you just cannot shoot for every answer as such. So you needed to be very cautious while selecting the answers as such. So I attempted only 65 questions out of 120 questions in 2 hours. And immediately after the exam was over, I just quickly evaluated and I said, maximum 4 answers should go wrong. It means by 25% negative marking, 1 mark should be deducted out of 65. It means I will be scoring more than 50% marks. And if this happens, then I am in the race. That probability factor was there with me. And I noted down the various types of questions usually asked for PhD interviews also. After passing the exams, personal interview was there. Because personal interview for PhD is different for job interview as compared to job interview. Different technical questions are being asked. So I've gone through various YouTube videos. I've jotted down various frequently asked questions and what answers are expected. And accordingly, I rehearsed the answers to certain questions. And ultimately, I confidently gave the interview and I qualified. So this was my personal experience for preparing for IIM PhD entrance exam. And right now I am a research scholar at Indian Institute of Management, Jammu. And let me share my thoughts on preparing for exams. Okay, these are my personal thoughts. And this you will also experience over a period of time. Others cannot study. Remember, others cannot study on your behalf. It's you who have to study. Okay, remember. Others cannot appear in the exam on your behalf. It is you who have to appear in the exam. And others don't pass the exam on your behalf. It is who you pass the exams. Ultimately, others' name is not on your certificate. It is your name on your certificate. So you have to do all your efforts you have to take. No one is going to take on your behalf. You have to prepare yourself mentally to see the failure, because from LKG to MCOM, I have never failed, but I tasted the failure while I was doing CA course. For the first time in my life, I failed. And you need to be very mentally tough, because if you are not tough and accept that, and after accepting, you need to
Lift yourself
uplift
up.
yourself for next time. That is very important. There are many long forms of CA. Usually people sarcastically also they use complete aram. What are you doing? Complete aram. No, not complete aram. Or many people say every now and then after 6 months, you have to again reappear, come again. No, which many people do in a funny way. But actually CA means certainly achievable. Because I have been an average student all throughout my life, but I passed CA. And if I can pass, then you can certainly pass. I can surely tell, because you are more clever than me. I know. And people, see, also remember, people, especially your relatives, friends, neighbors, who mock at you, do jokes when you don't pass the exams, especially professional exams, should always motivate you. Never get demotivated by these relatives and friends who are mocking at you. And when you pass the exams, always remember, you should first give them the sweets to all such people. Okay. Whoever are mocking at you, always give sweets first to those people and say, I have passed. Remember that. And also very important thing, the world is not interested in how hard you have prepared for the exams, how hard the paper was, or how tough the paper checking was. World is not interested in that. The world is just interested only whether you have passed or not. And you need to just give them the results. That you need to keep in mind. These are my personal thoughts out of my personal experiences, because this is always there. Some relatives, some friends, some neighbors are always there who are doing joke or mockery of you when you fail. You need to digest it, and you need to study and give them the result and give them the sweet first. Okay, now tell me, what do you want to become?
Good morning.
Now everyone is now, mind has started,
charged up.
totally charged up. Now many people won't be able to sleep tonight. That's for sure. So see you soon as an established professional, and render best services, whether you do job, whether you do your independent practice, or whether you do your own business as such. Now, if you are having any questions, the question is, it's all up to you. If any of you want to ask you any questions, please ask. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you so much, Darshan. This was a super fully charged session. And you gave wonderful tips, which I am sure in any examination, be it 9, 10, or a professional exam, any examination, it's vital. And the amount of dedication you have, it's an inspiration for all of them.
Right.
Thank you so much. We'll be closing the session now. And if anybody has any questions, you can post it on the group and I will pass it on.
Sure. Thank you very much. Wish you all the very best. And let us see, in coming days, many professionals out of you are going to come very soon. Right?
Yes, sir.
At
Thank
any
you so
given point of
much.
time, you require any guidance, I will be definitely there to guide you. Wish you all the very best. Dhanyawad.
Thank you so much.
Then-
Dhanyawad.